What's happening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and listen to The Orb. So today we're going to go ahead and listen to The Orb's song, Blue Room. This is off of their album UF Orb, which was released in 1992. This is their second studio album. So I've never heard of The Orb as far as I know, and I came across them. I was just looking for music to listen to and such, and I came across this album, and then I see that there's a lot of long songs here, and Blue Room seems to be one of the most popular songs here from the band. From this English electronic duo. And also, there was some interesting stuff about this particular track, namely some of the personnel that's listed here. You have Jah Wobble on here. That's cool. But then, to me, most interestingly, you have Steve Hillage on this track as well, and producing. I mean, I'm very curious because I know that this is going to be electronica based, so I'm curious to hear how Hillage and Wobble kind of, mix in with this. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the music. We can of course talk about it a little bit after. Blue Room. Let's go ahead and dive into it. I even remember to wear blue. Let's go. There's Hillage back there. Something's coming. Sounds like tiny people mining, like little people mining. Definitely on the more ambient side of electronica. I was expecting, at least initially, something, you know? With the kind of manipulated air raid siren, like, it makes me think that something's coming, but it's really interesting how that air raid siren kind of turns into this more sustained synth note. And it's something more melodic. Not as alarming. Sounds like this might be the main melody here. Or maybe not. It's coming back. I do not know what that is. New rhythm. Sounds like we might get into something here. Some vocals too. There it is. There it is. Now you're in. There's Wobble. I do like that bass line. I will say that. Old TV shows here. You think that's Hillage on guitar there? With some weird effect? Sounds about right. He is messing around. So drum break. What kind of cat growl is that? Saying goodbye. And that is Blue Room by The Orb. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. I want to know what your thoughts are before I kind of start speaking. But while you're gathering your thoughts, I have the Wikipedia article pulled up for, of course, the album and of course, for this song as well, as there is one. So we listened to the album version here, which is 17 minutes. But I guess that there's a full version of this track, and that's 40 minutes. And not only that, but that was released as a single, that 40-minute version. And looking at some of the facts about it, Blue Room is the longest single to ever appear on the UK singles chart at 39 minutes and 58 seconds, entering position number 12 and peaking at number 8 the next week. And in the US, it peaked at number 46. I mean, like, that is an anomaly unto its own for a 40-minute track to hit the charts like that. I think that's something already, like, very, very interesting. Speaking of this track itself, however, I will admit that this to me felt similarly in a vein of like Art of Noise with Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise, in the sense of I think that it's an interesting electronic experiment. I think that, you know, tracks like this and pushing technology and pushing sounds like this is necessary to make progress, of course, and to continue to grow art. I will admit, however, I didn't care for this as a whole. if I'm being 100% honest. I think that the beginning half of the track, which was pretty much just ambient, wasn't really ambient enough to be relaxing. It had a little bit more of a psychedelic side to it, which, you know, if I felt like in this track, if they went further in one side and or the other side, instead of kind of bouncing back and forth, would have worked really well. Either play straight ambient or straight psychedelic, but it kind of did this mixing back and forth, and I didn't feel like it quite gelled together. But that's just me. Maybe I'm not in the right headspace for it, as maybe you have to be for something like this. And then when the beat finally came in and the groove started happening around 8 minutes or so, it wasn't like that interesting. It was completely fine. And even the contributions of Wobble and Hillage, which, by the way, I do think Wobble played a fantastic bass line through that. I will say that. That's the best thing about this track is that bass line. That's a bass line you can bite onto. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping to hear more Hillage in here because I heard parts of the guitar and the way that he manipulates it into this electronic kind of frenzy. At certain moments, it does have a very interesting tone, but I would have liked more done with it. And for as long as this track was, I didn't feel like it needed to be that long. And I always say it anytime we listen to a long track. The duration doesn't matter. As long as it's worthy of that duration. Live up to the 40-minute runtime, the 10-minute runtime, the 5-minute runtime. And I feel like this could have very easily been cut into like 5 minutes and nothing of value would be lost for me. Once again, may not be your experience. And that's why I'm very curious as to, what did you like? Because on one hand, I can almost see this being like a nice cool down track, end of the night or whatever, and you just put this on and let the walls around you in your room start to move, just like chill out, zone out, relax, have a little bit of a groove in there to get you going, but it's a come down. But at the same time, I don't really feel like it succeeded in that. It was genuinely just kind of boring. And if I'm being 110% honest with you, which that's why you come to this reaction channel, I was kind of looking at my time to see how long it was going on because I was kind of bored. I was like, okay, let's speed it up here. But like I said, looking at least some of the facts on here, we did talk about how it charted and reached, some decent positions there. It says here that the orb caused controversy when appearing on top of the pops to promote the single. Instead of performing, they held up a toy sheep, played a chess-like game while passing a Globus Cruciger, which I've never heard of, but that is, I guess, like it is an orb surmounted by a cross. Okay, I know what that is. That's that thing you see, like especially like in churches, the sphere, and then has the cross that kind of comes out there, like a holy hand grenade kind of thing. Anyways, they were passing that back and forth. The performance had a profound effect on Robbie Williams, then a member of Take That, who later declared that Top of the Pops changed his life. So there you go for some of the interesting information. Like I said, track I didn't really care for, but maybe you did. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Follow me in a few places. You can support what I do on Patreon. You don't have to, but you can. And I hope that you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the music. And that's it. Have a great day, guys. Bye.